僕に食われても仕方ないよね。
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the scenes in anime where characters achieved sweet, sweet revenge. Number 10, Steely Dan is Steely Dan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
何がおかしい?
楽しみの笑いさ。これですごく楽しみが倍増したってワクワクした笑いさ。
Villains in JoJo receive some epic beatdowns, but few are as satisfying as this one. Steely Dan's stand is so small it allows him to hold a person's body hostage from the inside. After using his ability to walk all over Jotaro, Steely Dan loses his initial captive. He tries bargaining, taking a little girl hostage, and even bribing Jotaro with money. But the scumbag owes Jotaro much more than money. What ensues is almost a whole minute of Jotaro's stand wailing on Steely Dan before he's finally sent flying into a building. Even if Steely Dan keeps that receipt, he ain't getting a refund. Number 9, Easy Revenge, Chainsaw Man.
俺はまだ死んでねえぞ!
そこが!
The loss of a beautiful woman leaves the whole world poorer, or so Denji believes. Katana Man killed his friend Himeno, so after beating him into submission as Chainsaw Man and tying him up, he's eager to take revenge for his late gorgeous friend. You know, the one that puked in his mouth? However, his colleague/roommate Aki arrives and emphasizes that they're arresting Katana Man, not killing him. Denji suggests a contest, seeing which of them can make the asshole scream the loudest from getting kicked between the legs. Aki scoffs at first, but a message on Himeno's cigarettes makes him reconsider.
ああ。勝ったら何くれんだ?へっ、そりゃもちろんこいつの玉金や。
Himeno receives quite the unorthodox requiem, but we can't say we disapprove.
俺たちからあんたへのレクイエムだ。
Number 8, Mahito becomes the prey, Jujutsu Kaisen.
それがこの戦いの俺の役割なんだ。
Cursed spirits in general are bad news, but Mahito has wreaked havoc on Yuji's life. He's killed a few of his friends, maimed more, and transformed hundreds of civilians into nightmarish monstrosities. And he did it all with childlike glee. That's why it's so rewarding to see Yuji deliver a savage beating to Mahito at last. Exhausted and backed into a corner, Mahito has no more tricks up his sleeve, as Yuji promises to relentlessly pursue him. Even if Mahito is reborn, the cursed spirit is left with wordless terror. He imagines himself as a rabbit, pursued by a wolf with scars like Yuji's, finally feeling the kind of fear he inspired in others. Number 7, Rimuru wipes out Falmouth's army. That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
せめて俺の進化の役に立てることを光栄に思うがいい。
As the eponymous reborn slime, Rimuru Tempest is pretty easygoing. That is, unless his people are threatened. After the Kingdom of Falmouth kills his friends and decides to invade his burgeoning nation of monsters, Rimuru stages a counterattack. Sure, his main goal is obtaining enough power to become a demon lord so he can resurrect his fallen friends, but the fact that the transformation requires slaughtering the enemy army certainly doesn't hurt. Rimuru begins by basically turning water droplets into lasers to perfectly snipe thousands of Falmouth soldiers.
4803 5575
As if that wasn't overwhelming enough, he follows it up by mercilessly sucking out their souls. Valma thought they were poking a bear, but they got a slime instead. Number 6, Levi goes Beast Mode, Attack on Titan. During the Battle of Shiganshina District, it is easy to despise the Beast Titan. The big, bearded bastard decimates the Survey Corps by tossing boulders at them. Even Irwin and the company's final charge appears all for naught, but then Levi pops out of nowhere, having used Zeke's own Titans as a bridge to strike at him during the confusion and smoke.
さっきは随分と楽しそうだったな。
After watching the scouts, veteran commander, and fresh recruits get massacred, Levi takes the Beast Titan apart piece by piece in a moment of absolute triumph. Zeke may not die here, but it's glorious to see him realize that he's bitten off more than he can chew with Levi.
巨人化直後、体を激しく損傷し、回復に手一杯のうちは巨人化できない。そうだったよな。
Number 5, Robin breaks Spandam, One Piece. Spandam is the most despicable of villains, incompetent, cowardly, and arrogant. The masked slimeball also spends an inordinate amount of time abusing Nico Robin while she's restrained and unable to use her powers. Once she's finally freed, her payback is immensely enjoyable. With nothing holding her back, Robin immediately beats the stuffing out of Spandam, turning his already ugly mug even uglier. But when the cockroach persists and continues hounding the Straw Hats as they try to get away, Robin goes one step further. From across a gap in the ocean, she uses her devil fruit powers to snap his spine like a twig. Frankly, it's amazing that Spandam survives, probably because he's spineless.
Clutch!
Number 4, Justice for Naofumi, The Rising of the Shield Hero.
2人をここへ。元康様、助けて!
To say Naofumi has had a bad time since he was summoned to another world would be a huge understatement. Immediately ostracized and falsely accused of assaulting the Melromac Kingdom's Princess Multi, Naofumi has to work his way up from nothing. At last, Multi and her father's efforts to frame Naofumi come to light in a public trial.
王位継承権1位のメルティを暗殺し、その罪を盾の勇者様にかぶせようとしたことは？だからそんなのやってない!
As satisfying as it is to see them get shocked whenever they try to lie, what comes next is even better. Although initially the duo are sentenced to execution, Naofumi comes up with a better idea. He decides to give them new names. Death is quick, but having everyone know you as bitch and trash, that lasts forever.
王はこれからクズ! 大長女はビッチと名前を改めろ!
ビッチですって?
Number 3, Gon gives everything, Hunter x Hunter.
貴様殺す!
Nen is an interesting power system. By making vows, Nen users can become stronger the more restrictive the promise. So when Gon is desperate to achieve revenge on Neferpito for the death of his friend and mentor Kite, and he gives all his Nen to achieve it, the results are spectacular and terrifying. Gon becomes an adult in an instant and possesses a near unrivaled amount of power. He uses that newly gained strength to knock Pito around like a raggedy cat doll. Gon nearly loses himself in his pursuit of revenge, but we're losing our heads at how awesome this moment is. So is Pito, in a more literal way.
砕く瞬間であった。
Number 2, Mustang barbecues envy. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
想像を絶する痛みだろ。
The death of Maze Hughes hangs over this series, and indeed Roy Mustang. However, he finally gets answers when he confronts the homunculus Envy. The shapeshifter readily confesses to the murder to Hughes' best friend, who can light things on fire with a literal snap of his fingers. That has to be in the Hall of Fame of dumb moves. Mustang proceeds to incinerate Envy over and over as fast as he can and in as cruel a manner as he can muster. While the changeling manages to evade him for a while, Envy is eventually roasted so much that he's reduced to a whimpering, minuscule shell of his former self. It's a symphony of fiery, snappy vengeance, and we're here for it.
エンビーという名は嫉妬という意味か。なるほど。
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Shikamaru buries Hidan. Naruto Shippuden.
まだこれくらいのチャクラは残ってるぜ。
Getting over the death of a mentor is tough, but getting revenge helps. After the immortal Hidan's curse leads to his sensei Azuma's death, Shikamaru puts his formidable intellect towards obtaining retribution. He lures Hidan to a prearranged spot in his family's land, covers him in explosives, and ties him up above a pit. Shikamaru even uses Azuma's lighter to send Hidan on his explosive way to his grave. Hidan might not be able to die, but he'll remain buried alive forever. The clever execution and deviously karmic punishments help make this some sweet revenge indeed.
てめえなんてはだけて十分だ。よく噛んでバラバラにしてやるぜ。
Is there a moment of anime vengeance you wish was on this list? The best revenge is to pursue telling us in those comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.